We're going to show how to use role to manage iTeam itself as another service. What do I mean by that? We're going to use iTeam's roles to promote somebody to become an admin of iTeam. So if you get that role, you're going to become a team admin by virtue of a role. Before we go ahead and do that, let me just prove that Brad Olive is not right now an admin. If we try to log in on the URL for the console and we put his credentials, we're told you are not authorized to do so. In fact, Brad is just a regular user. We can actually log in from the self-help. And we can see that the only accounts he has are the basic iTeam service and the white pages, but he's not an admin. Well, if we were to do this manually without any roles, we can actually just go and log in as an iTeam manager. And we will go into manage groups, and the system asking which service you want to match group for. So I click here search, and obviously it's the iTeam. iTeam is a service on itself. So we click here continue, and we're going to search what groups within iTeam are you interested in. It is really the system administrator. In fact, we can click on the twisty here and click manage members and search who's in that group. Are Mike Stevens and iTeam manager, which we are using right now. So what we could do is just from here we can use add members, search for Mr. Olive, and if we were to click here OK here and add him, he will become an admin. But we're not going to do it that way. We're going to do it with roles. Oops, I shouldn't have to log off from here. So the first thing, as we've done before, is that we're going to create a role. So as before, we're beginning to get good out of this. It's a static role. We're going to call it iTeam admin. Description, you know, stuff. We've seen this. We've done this many times before. We're only going to enable access, and we are done with that role. Pretty good. Now we're going to create a provisioning policy. We go here, manage policy, manage provisioning policy, and we're going to create a new one. Let's call it promote to admin. And we're not going to use any of this capability in this use case. Who is going to get these? Well, members of the role we just created, iTeam admin. Here it is, iTeam admin. What do you get when you get that role? So we go here and we're going to say, well, you're going to get access to automatically to a specific service, which is going to be precisely iTeam. But you already have iTeam, you have an account, but what is it that you actually want specifically from iTeam? So we go and click here on the iTeam service and click on parameters. We click here create, and in here we have all the things that we can do with iTeam, and what we're interested is on the groups. We click continue, and we're going to go into more details in all these options, but right now it's just going to be a constant value. We want to make it mandatory. And which iTeam groups do we want to get somebody a member of? Well, we're going to click search here, and we find is system administrator. That's the one we want. We click here continue. Continue. We submit this, make it effective immediately. We have our roles, provisioning policy, default workflow, all that done as we have done very many times before. So what happened if, I mean, we should have, in a real case, we would have put, you know, some workflow that somebody's going to approve the fact that you want to become an admin. But for the sake of the speed of the demonstration, we just took the default workflow, so there's no approval. So when Brad Olive logs in and he requests an access, he can search for an access that says, you know, to look at them all. I'm going to click for the ones that have iTeam, and it's iTeam admin, the one we just created. I say, yeah, that's what I want to be. So I request the access, and again, because we didn't select any workflow, the stuff is going to be automatically approved. Pretty good. So in fact, we can actually go here and see the accesses that Brad had, and we see that he has that role. So now Brad can actually go into this URL and log in as he tried before. And now he's a full admin with access to all the options. So again, what we did in here is use the roles capabilities that iTeam has to manage one of his own aspects.